My god, this is insane. Oh my god. Seriously? Come on. Okay, look. This is nuts. This is crazy. I'm having, like, so many technical difficulties. My machine is not starting up, and then Discord wouldn't start, and I'm not wearing my hat, so you can see that I'm losing my hair. And everything is set up wrong. Hopefully, things this will keep running for a while. Um, and apparently somebody else has their power went out. This is nuts, but let's just go in. We'll do as much as we can. If the stream suddenly stops, then this is going to be because everything died. But other than that, we're going to try. So let's just try. This is crazy. Okay,
Yeah,
I,
but
I don't know. We're up, and I have the stream running, and I don't know how long it'll last, but there we go.
cool.
Hi, how you doing? My morning has sucked. How about yours?
We're debating on whether or not we want to even go through with game at this point.
No,
I want to
really.
go through. I think I can tank for a while.
Well, look, I mean,
Somehow.
even if we don't do this encounter, I don't know. We could do. There are maybe other things that we can do. So I don't know.
Um,
Or we just do it. I can run somebody.
None of the tanks are here though. How are we going to survive against this many enemies with 0 tanks?
I can tank.
No.
Maybe I don't know.
just,
Maybe
just, just no.
we
You
blow it
cannot
up.
tank this.
With patient defense and
Yeah, that's only a
aggro
disadvantage.
parry, I can tank.
Yeah, but what's your hit point and what's your AC?
My AC at this moment is 23.
Mhm.
I can buff it to 25. And my hit points are above 130.
Yeah,
130.
yeah,
I can hang on there a long time. And
yeah.
arrows I can throw back if needed.
Oh my god! What a crazy
Um,
disaster.
I think I am out tanks, to be honest. Depends on what the Sahan is slash. If he's a barbarian, he would be second tank and I would be fourth.
Oh, the NPC is nowhere near tank. He's
No, I
a
mean
rock.
fourth character.
Yeah, right.
Can Auntie be on like a cell phone? Does he have Discord on his cell
He,
phone?
that's what he's texting from right now.
Well, I mean, like the actual app, Discord. He could run, and listen and talk via. No.
Can confirm as long as you have internet, you can run voice on Discord's app.
I don't know. I mean, it's not great, but
I said that, and he said something about Sudoku his data.
oh, I see. Yeah, I'm not used to that part.
Yeah.
So
Because
record
if it's house internet, the Wi-Fi and whatever is off the fridge. Yeah.
or
that's
we suspend it 1 hour and see if his power is back.
Uh,
So we say over 1 hour we try again. If his power is back we can play, if not we can't.
Woo! Wow, look at that. That's some weird artifacts, huh? Yay!
Yeah, I will just be back on Flash in 1 hour then. Ping me if it's sooner.
Well, we're still discussing what the options are.
Well, he dropped out already. Oh my god, what a fiasco!
Well, I think this game's pretty much shot in the face. What about you guys?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for coming back when Anti-Kill has his power back, but he's gonna have to let us know. So, at the very least, we can still have a game today if it comes back on today. If it's not today, though, I may not be able to come because I have plans for tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I mean, do stuff. The thing is, do stuff is. I mean, it's nighttime for him,
Yeah, right.
so it's not fair. Like starting like a couple hours later means like in the AM
3,
hours
4
for him.
a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, point taken.
It's only 7, guys.
Oh,
Your time's 7 evening. We usually play until 9 or 10.
That's not so bad, I guess.
In any case, if you guys need me, I'm assuming this game's over at this point, or are we still trying to problem solve?
Well,
yeah. The only problem solving right now is power for anti-kill or having some tanks. So, I mean, unless my machine crashes.
yeah.
I have an AC of 20, so I probably shouldn't be tanking. I can give people, I believe I have an AC buff bonus. Let me check my spells real quick. So I can give whoever does tank, like Shield of Faith and Bless and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are just level 1 spells, and I can give them more stuff after that.
I believe Shield of Faith is concentration.
Oh,
So
is
that's
it?
one guy.
Can't do less and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, too bad we
Yeah,
didn't have
that
that
is
GIF
concentration.
mercenary army.
Altar, yeah, he will smack somebody down, but he will die soon. That poison damage is wrecking his life apart.
I took that away though.
Yeah, the condition poisoned. Yeah, he's still taking the poison damage. Remember, each time these guys touch you, it's slashing and
Yeah,
poison.
okay.
The slashing he cuts in half. The poison fucks him up good.
Yeah.
And he only has so much armor. 16, which he's almost getting hit every time. And Riga is having issues with the streaming
Well, I mean,
for now.
yeah, I mean, I don't
But
know.
I've also seen you bounce off Discord almost constantly.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just waiting for you to getting another nut kick.
Well, the bouncing on Discord, I've been connected since I've had voice. Like voice is finally working. I've been trying to get my laptop and various different browsers and the app working, and that's what was causing me to bounce in and out of Discord. Right now, I'm streaming, so the only thing that's going to happen is if my machine decides to shut off. But
Yeah.
but I don't know.
If it was just one tank missing,
Yeah.
sure.
Well, so I mean, what if we do? Do you want to stay on and do some development mode? I've been feeling really sort of like I've not attacked the characters for the side missions and stuff at all. But maybe we talk about that for a while and make characters or something, or if you want to do something,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
if you just
we
want to call it.
we can actually discuss that. The side missions, the side guys. Yeah.
I already have
Let's.
seen the document with my stuff.
Yeah. Let's.
Actually, been kind of holding off, figuring I'd pick from what's left after everybody else.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm still in the same thing. It's like, if I'm gonna create some really awesome characters that I'm like chuffed to play, it's like I don't want them to be in side missions. I want to actually have like full campaign or something like that. So I've almost been like, just roll me some pre-gens and I'll play those.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably what's gonna happen with you.
Yeah.
If you want, I can help with making them because I.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love someday to play like a myconid druid of the Circle of Spores. I'd like to do I'd like to do like a cat or a raven that has a human familiar. Stuff like that I'd love to try out and play, but I mean to do them in like a couple one shots.
A pirate where the bird on the shoulder is controlling the human.
I mean that's the same idea. It's like it's the player is not the entity that you thought it was.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, I forgot. Sorry.
I mean, the other thing is something I suggested before is like literally pre-gen me something, and the twist that makes it fun for me is if every single one of them is Rask in disguise, and I'll never ever play Rask. I'll always play the pre-gen character, but we all know that it's actually a cat wearing a mask.
That'd be interesting during the dragon ones.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I don't know. He's, it's like a papercraft dragon. I mean, he's, it's a Chinese New Year dragon, and he's in there with some minions.
Yeah. Riga's been thinking about that one too. And I was ready to just say, yes, specify me what it is that you want done, and we'll work on it from there.
I mean, what I usually do, is think about what is in the party already, and then I try and pick something that is like completely different, but sort of kind of fills a space, and so just coming up with a concept without knowing anything about what the rest of the party is a little bit. I mean, it's just like there's.
That's what I'm opening up. That's what I'm creating the document for.
Yeah. But I mean, but like we've got like 16 different. I don't even know how many like different things.
Yeah. And that's probably also why I've been holding back on the idea.
Yeah.
Because.
Well, I mean, let me.
Through some NPCs characters to essentially play.
Right. What if we just. I mean, the idea is to have something else. I mean, is there something in this campaign we're trying to solve, or is it just, is this a MacGuffin that allows us to play some other adventures with low-level characters, right? So why not just do like Dragon Heist Waterdeep or something like that? Let's roll a party and do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like a Westmarch campaign idea.
My idea was to have another another lead on where to go, on what to do. Because right now, when you get the Spelljammer, you land on a planet, you put your foot down, and whatever I throw at you, it's essentially dead. It's salt.
Right.
You can snap your fingers and do just about anything you so desire.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Being the at the point where we're at, it's pretty hard to do anything that isn't narrative based. I mean, if it's actually in the combat system, it's either going to be a god that's going to kill us or
Yeah.
Or a god that's about to be dethroned by us.
No, right.
But
Well,
she
we can also say that we don't do 30 plus, and basically we make our character, one of the thematic characters, our next starting point for the campaign. For when we save it. When this arc is done, that basically this game is done, and we start over in the same world, but then with different characters and a different story.
Yeah, but I wouldn't restrict you to thematic.
Oh, but for example, because I would pick one of my thematics then.
Yeah.
So I have them all written out already. That's also something we could do. If really there are a lot of guys that don't really want to make a thematic.
This is.
Because I believe I'm the only one that's really psyched about a thematic.
It's so much work. I every time I think about it, I'm like, oh my god, I've got to create like 16 characters or something, and I have no idea where to start.
I had a few weeks. I was just every 5 minutes I had a new character idea in my head. So the thematic thing for me was really easy at that moment. Like I created them all in one day, all the ideas.
And mind you, I have 30 characters of my own written out. So yeah.
We could say just pick one of the teams and you make a character for that, and that will be the next campaign.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't restrict you that way. Because making a whole party thematic is really restrictive.
Maybe all nobles.
Yeah.
That's something you could do.
Because not everybody in a party wants to do the same thing at the same time. And now we're coming back to why I haven't introduced this earlier. And then Buck also said he wanted to do something different. Because now he's been doing Buck for 10 levels.
Yeah.
And that where I also see this as an option of doing something different.
I think this story is near a nice point to end it. To be honest, when we save the Spelljammer, that's the end of the campaign, and then we start a new campaign. The same world. But then a few years later, maybe 10 years later.
Well, I also really wanted to see what you as gods might be able to do. And I also have a lot of ideas what might happen on board the Spelljammer.
Yeah.
I'm up for continuing with the characters until there's a. I mean, obviously, like you know, taking over the Spelljammer is a huge milestone, and anytime there's a milestone,
Yeah.
you know, there's a potential to stop. But you know, maybe we do deity one shots for a while after that, or something like that. I mean, you know, however frequently it makes sense to do it.
That's also what the idea also was, one shots. This party of whatever came to a place, investigated, found they might be able to solve it themselves, or it was something way outside their league of operation and had to call in the cavalry. Um,
Well, but at the same time, I mean, you know, having the cavalry to call in, you know, if we have a party that goes up against something that's too powerful, and we don't get the hint, then we deserve a TPK. You know?
yeah.
Exactly.
Um, just today, without the tanks, mathematically, I'm really, really close to TPKing you.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, so.
Because this dude is not normal.
Well, and I mean, we've all read comic books. To be honest, it's not necessarily the end. We're high enough level. I mean, maybe we all become liches.
I mean, as long as I survive, I can bring the rest of you back, because I do believe I get resurrection.
Or
yeah, you just have to make it out of there,
That is a good point.
and you just have to make sure that this guy is not of sufficient CR level to just not. Hey, that's food. Let's eat it.
Yeah, that would suck.
And you are fighting fiends. You are level 18, give or take. You are coming into the league of, hey, that's food. Let me eat. And you weren't here, but had I got the chance to fireball you guys a second time, Buck would have died.
Oh yeah.
Rask would have been in a bad place and hoping for not a third fireball, because that would have messed up his day very, very grand.
That would squash away the last few hairs he still had at that moment.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I was doing so bad, honestly.
As we found out, Asher, if my guys had had the chance to fly, Asher would have been toast. I killed Asher in 4 rounds with just the pre guys, not even the big guy.
No problem, this would be a TPK. No chance we would survive. Unless we could escape. And I am the one that could escape by just leaving you guys behind.
Well, I mean,
if Buck got the notion at a previous or at a sufficient hit point,
what are you guys doing? You're going
Buck
crazy.
would be out.
Well, what is going on with you guys?
Out.
Cats are
Yeah, he
crazy.
would be.
But if we come into the gray zone,
Oh, have I not had chat
hey,
up?
I have,
Oh my
let's
god.
say, 50 hit
Hold
points
on.
left. Can I make it to
well,
the next
nobody
round?
said anything.
Yeah. That's the tough one.
And I do, yeah, let's say 49 hit points of damage, or I do 51 point of hit point damage. Then Buck is in this gray zone of, can I make it to my next round or next turn? And I've had monsters where I was saying, oh, the next turn I'm gonna do so and so, and who comes charging? Oh, that's a disintegrate. That's a vicious. That's a
Feeble mind.
yeah. And I just go, shit. I have 75 hit points left. These motherfuckers just did me 120 hit points of damage.
Yeah.
I had one round. One round. I just needed one round. I'm saying that Buck could get into this gray zone as well. He would say, "Oh, I have 75 points of hit points left. I can easily make it to the next round." I go sap, 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 sap.
Yeah.
Oh, that was 80 points of hit points. How are you looking, Buck? And Buck starts to look at me with those, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." Um,
And then I wish it hadn't happened.
Right before you take the lesson to fall down, you use your reaction to use the last wish.
yeah,
X amount of hit points so you would survive.
yeah.
We are all back to max HP. That's my wish.
As per Spelljammer lore, in the old versions, once you got on board the Spelljammer,
You couldn't leave, right?
yeah,
You were there forever.
everything in the campaign would have been about what happens on board of the Spelljammer. And that can be an entire campaign, and you'd never ever find out if you weren't in an actual place. Because the Spelljammer has an infinite amount of pocket dimensions.
Oh, does it? I thought it was just a city on the back of the thing.
Yeah, but that leads to an infinite amount of places.
Oh, that's like
Somewhere,
Gormenghast.
Imagine it like
somewhere
the or
in the bowels, hidden way, way, way. where
Ew.
nobody has gone.
But it has
Well,
bowels. Yuck.
There is a Tarask hiding. There is an ancient black dragon hiding. There is
Crazy.
insert CR something monster hidden somewhere on the Spelljammer
Huh. That's funny.
in a section that nobody goes to ever.
we will.
And the entire campaign is about the factions, getting the factions to not kill one another. Because as you enter the flow, all the connections to all the other places are disrupted.
Yeah,
And
pocket dimensions.
And if you, for some reason, DM something, get caught inside one of these pocket dimensions, food will be an issue. Yeah, it's infinite space, but there's also 200 people. And how much food did they store? Oh, we only stored for 1 month of 200 people. But now we're 206. And that was the Spelljammer Raw. I did not want to go that way. And then Buck started casting teleportation circle.
Hi.
Over and over and over.
No. I'm just gonna try. Because I need to break his heart every so often.
Oh, that's such a lovely sentiment.
Yeah.
But we hired somebody now. He's gonna get that stupid thing done.
Yeah. Guess what?
No.
He dies from a heart attack.
No.
What are you doing? Where are you going?
Yeah. I've got some bad news and I've got some good news, and the good news I can't tell you. Which one do you want first?
Choop, 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 choop,
We
choop.
hired his ass. He better be there making that fucking syrup.
Why don't you tell us the stuff you can't tell us first?
You'll see once you survive. There, maybe.
If he doesn't have that circle done, I'm beating his ass.
Yeah. Rhoda, why don't you tell us about your circus artist, and we'll take it from there. Timo?
Yeah, I'm searching for stuff. Alright, my circuit artist is a sweat swallowing half orc.
That's the character that exists right now.
He probably won't have a sword on the side of his belt, he just has it in his mouth. And when this fight, he pulls out of his mouth.
Yeah, I
So
wouldn't.
that's-
I wouldn't bet on that one, because there's a reason why they bent the necks back.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, no.
The one that keeps popping into my head is a halfling, drunken monk, freaking clown.
Yeah.
Blah.
Write it down. Or do you have your document? You've written something. Oh, yeah. I see you done something.
Circus.
Should be the first one.
Damn it, it wouldn't fit anything. A dwarf, barbarian, masseur.
Bless you.
Hartuner is working at the moment. He actually was already said that.
Oh yeah, that's right. What about you, boards?
What about me?
If you should think of a character concept within the confines of a traveling circus thing.
I think my guy, or my guys, would probably be less of a circus unit and more of, because these guys are the ones following my original guy, right?
No,
Oh,
no.
I misunderstood the entire concept then.
These are a number of groups, NPC groups, that will exist on board the Spelljammer. They will essentially be away teams that goes onto the planet, starts looking for fiends on the down low. They each have a cover front saying that we are this type of thing, circus artists, commoners, deities, dragon, forest, etc.
Traveling smiths, maybe? Because what I was thinking was, would that work?
That
Like a
would
merchant selling his wares, basically.
in the commoner section.
Alright. Well, the reason why I was asking was because I was trying to make it related to my character in some way. And what I was thinking was is he brings a dwarven unit with him that's undercover. As their undercover front, they're selling dwarven wares to make up cost, and then they're also military unit underneath that.
But I've just sent you the list of stuff of female.
Thank you.
You also have your own looking at it, list of desires. So there will everybody made a vote some time ago. What kind of thematic, or what kind of theme they found the most interesting.
I don't know enough about beans to actually answer that question. I'm sorry.
No. I've been thinking you might need to vote on that.
But where has the document gone? Because I cannot see it in the thematic anymore.
No, I hidden it. But you each got your own separate version of the document. Boards.
I'm on mine right now.
In Discord, there is the list. You have 3 votes to pass.
Give me a second. So this is the fiend thing, because this doesn't look like fiends.
Mm,
I'm
on
confused.
board the Spelljammer.
Right? No, I understand that. I'm just asking. You said I need to vote on something. Is this that, or is this something else?
Deity is a follower of a deity, a character, kind of. Noble is a noble person. Commoner.
Or something that follows that thing.
I see.
So, deities, cleric, paladin. That's the first one that comes to mind, right?
Yeah.
But then you also need a squire. You also need a rogue to go out in town and get whichever. You also need all the other classes. The singer, the chore master, the chores. CHOORIR. Chore.
What?
The one that sings.
Oh.
For the
Siren? Or whatever?
Yeah. You also need the squire, as I said, but you also need the sage. You also need the
Okay.
So inside the deity, you have all these different roles that could fit inside the deity. Another example, the circus thingy. You have the bearded lady. You have the trick shot shooter.
Yep.
You have the fortune teller. You have the rogue that does things. You have the artist, the monk, jump in loops and etc. You also have the illusionist, magician. You have all these roles which would fit inside this theme. You see it?
I keep thinking you're saying fiend. Is that correct, or are you saying fiend?
Theme.
Oh. Okay. That's why I'm confused. I keep hearing fiend. I'm like, where are fiends coming into this?
Well, they're hunting for fiends.
Oh yeah.
But the dragons is probably the one that confusing in this one. Because we found
I
the
figured the dragon could just be a dragonborn or something, right?
no, not a dragonborn,
An actual dragon.
an actual dragon.
Why do we have a dragon here, people? Doesn't that always end poorly?
That's my ID.
No, as I said, on board the Spelljammer, you can find everything. As I said, you can find a Tarrasque, but you can also find a hatching dragon lady. What's a dragon? Yeah, lady. She has a number of eggs. You hatch out one of these eggs. You are now a hatchling dragon.
Oh, fun. That's gonna end poorly for me. Okay,
What's my ID? Sorry.
all I can see is Hagrid and Hagrid's beard after he meets that one dragon. I mean, it just ended poorly in the movie, but I just know.
Oh, look, he knows who his mummy is.
But yeah,
Yeah.
you start off with hatchlings, and because of some time jump thingy, Doctor Who,
Right.
you in what is essentially a month time, you go from being 1 year dragon to be a 20-year-old teenage dragon to be a 200-year-old adult dragon to be
Right.
a 800-year-old grown-up dragon. What's the next one?
Adult.
Ancient.
Ancient.
That's 1,000 years.
Oh.
I think there's one between those two. But yeah, there's like a 500 mark, I believe. But I'm
Yeah,
not-
something like that. So
I think it's Elder Dragon.
Yeah.
yeah, let's
Yeah.
we have hatchling, wormling.
Somebody at the door. Hold on.
Young, adult, and ancient. Isn't there something besides adult and ancient?
We just
No.
discovered an Elder, I believe. But
Maybe.
yeah,
Maybe. But yeah, from a kid to a teenager to a
adult.
to a ancient, and dragons will be doing dragon stuff, not human stuff. So,
Okay.
yeah, that will be a thing.
Okay, I'll start working on this.
But you should also get free votes, 1, 2, 3, just as the others did, so that we can decide which one is most interesting.
On themes?
Themes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Themes. TH. Not F.
Yeah. English is hard. Fuck off.
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
And I can't speak.
In any case,
English is not my first language.
Same
I have
here.
heard.
Almost.
I've heard. Okay, so as far as themes, what did the others vote for first off? If you don't mind telling me.
I would appreciate if you voted from your own heart, not from what everybody else thinks.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what's a throwaway vote and what's not. But as far as this is concerned, I think themes, as far as concerned, you're talking about themes for the whole thing, right? Like themes for the whole group.
Which thematic group would you find most interesting?
Interesting or fun to play? 'Cause there is a difference
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, same.
Play.
If I had to say 3 votes, I'd put them into deity, commoner. And what's forest, anyways? Is that like another dragon thing, or is that like foresters?
It's the ranger, it's the druid, it's the
Gotcha, gotcha,
elf,
gotcha, gotcha.
it's the furball.
Okay, I understand. I just wanted to make sure I understood that correctly.
Yeah.
Then probably forest after that.
Okay. Okay. Riga, did you forget to vote or?
I think he's up from the chair for a minute.
Oh, okay. Um. Yeah. And I will use these votes to prioritize what thematic group that might go first or that might be most interesting or yeah between the amount of votes being cast.
Yeah.
Um, but to give you an idea, you were the only one that voted for Forest. Let me see what's.
I believe commoner has 3 votes now. Deity 4.
Free,
Dragons
free,
3.
and free. Dragons free, artist free, DD free. Commoner has 2.
Sorry, say that again. I was the only one who voted for. I didn't
Forest.
do the last one.
Um,
Commoner was 3. What was the one before that? Sorry. Deity?
DD was free. Artist was free. Dragons was free. Commoners was 2. Nobles was 2. Monster and Forest was 1.
Including mine.
Yeah.
That figures.
Which is why I wanted you to vote from your heart, not what everybody else did. Yeah. The ones that has 0 vote are rogues, planes, and sages. Uh, what you also been missing are some of the things that Buck has told the crew. Some of the dreams he's had about the Spelljammer. Um, over time, Buck has been somewhat primed by Faye and the fact that he has a cloak that can be made into a neck bracelet. Um, there should be a handout of a story, lore and setting info, dream of exploration. I think that's the one.
Yep.
A different question, a totally different question. I'm not sure if Boards wants me to ask this now, but anybody interested in his Monday game?
God damn it.
Uh,
How did I know that was what you were going to ask?
Because of intro I gave.
first off, I
I've already
assume
advertised here and nobody's available to my understanding. I've gotten literally 0 PMs.
Yeah. My assumption is it's happening in U.S. time zone.
No,
Where
It's
I'm
happening
asleep.
about 10 o'clock wherever he is.
no, it's 11:30.
What time zone?
Uh, Rodar's time zone, so
Amsterdam. Same
Uh,
as Rome, same as Amsterdam. That time zone.
oh, midday.
Evening.
What? 11:30 at night.
yeah.
Oh, I'm asleep. I'm very much
What
asleep.
is that?
Mondays are my busy day around here. I have time to.
Yeah. Oh, you found the document boards. Cool.
Which stuff? Oh, known stuff? Yeah.
List of desires.
Yeah, I found that.
Um, but we've been touching in on all the issues with running one shots of thematic character.
Oh, if there are a few that don't want that, why do it then?
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards.
Like, I would like to do it, but that's just because I have every day have different characters in my head I want to try out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just me. And that's why I think maybe just ending the book because it's a really major milestone. But I'm not sure how everybody thinks about that.
Yeah. I had planned that you would have gained access to the Spelljammer at 15. That didn't happen.
Yeah, no.
Because all of a sudden, wham, bam, bam, 18. And we're not even there yet. Because I just got some silly ideas, and then we had to follow down some background stories, and yeah, 15 went by real quick.
Yeah, that was fun.
But I also really want to see what you can do, what kind of things we can tell beyond level 20. And the cleric is specifically
Okay.
said.
I'm coming.
He is now a quasi-god. He is now
Oh,
a demigod. He
Something
is now
popped
a
up.
full
Hey,
god.
wish.
That's explicitly said. What
Sorry,
I'm
there was
saying
somebody at the
is,
door.
cool. What I'm also saying is all the other classes, I also implicit are saying, you are now a quasi-god, you are now a demigod, you are now a full god, even though it's only the cleric that ex- explicit says it. Um, that's been my wish from the get-go.
Maybe this is an idea.
But I also believe I've learned.
Hey, Jester.
I'm
Sorry, I didn't
learning
see
from the
your
tricks.
chat.
We had some
There was somebody at the door, and I just
RP moments with
had to get up and deal with that. But howdy, how's it going?
last the dwarves.
Good to see you.
But we also had something previous beginning. The elves a little bit, and what was before the dwarves?
The elves where Nasus just threw one of them back to their ship.
Yeah.
The vampires and my family. You.
Yeah. And then I prepared the gifts, which you just said, fuck off. We're going for the dwarves.
Ugh.
Well, you wanted to do both.
Fuck you.
Alright, guys. I'm gonna head off for a bit because I gotta deal with dog stuff. Sorry.
Yeah.
Alright.
I
Back.
was also thinking maybe do stuff. Like a combination of the new campaign and this campaign. Every other week this one and the other one new game. Like so many years later.
That won't be necessary. Because between the Spelljammer and my own homebrew world, there's more than plenty. But I also want to do some Star Trek, and I also want to do some somewhere between D20 Modern and Esper Genesis.
Maybe.
And
What you doing?
D20 Modern, there are a lot of them.
Trying to come down.
no, there's
Come
only
here,
one.
B.
Yeah.
Come on.
But that was
I see D20 Modern Master System, then as the books. Because you do D20
but
Modern,
that
you
was
have D20
3.5.
Star Wars, it's the same, but this was setting.
That was 3.5. The new version of this is Esper Genesis. Or the Pathfinder, Starfinder thing. I'm not
Fate,
too-
maybe?
I have very little concept of the Fate. I've
Fate is a
seen-
lot more roleplay.
Yeah, which is not my strong
Much
suit.
more narrating down
Yeah.
what you're trying.
Yeah,
And if I just swing my sword,
yeah,
I slide by him, try to hit his kneecaps.
yeah. I've seen it meet JP and the Fate they done. It's not my deal.
Yeah,
And if you were to force me to run that, it would suck so bad.
yeah.
So yeah,
Or we could go real old school and go back to AD&D.
fuck no. If you want, 5th edition has taken all the previous editions, grabbed the good stuff, and thrown out the bad. Period. The system is so abstract, so easy to go by,
Yeah.
so fluent, so fast, so
That is true. But
That
just your reaction, immediately no reaction.
yeah. I started in AD&D. I went to
Yeah,
third.
that's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah. I don't I see no reason to play those versions except for sentimental value. Like I collect bottle caps because why the fuck not? Um, yeah, purely sentimental values. Um, I did consider campaign 2 in Spelljammer, um, which would be somewhat sandboxy.
Yeah.
Um, going completely away from this fiend hunting, um, having a small jammer, etc., etc., etc. To more a standard spelljammer universe, meaning we don't have any mission right now. Let's pick up 2 ton of whatever, transport it to wherever, and see what goes.
That's kind of stars without numbers kind of gameplay.
Yeah, I was already considered that. Um,
I mean, with the downtime and stuff in between things, we're kind of doing that anyway. But
yeah, because I have a setting in mind where are you're starting out as common people, or as as people living on a planet, and then it becomes about making contact to the resistance, taking back the planet, and taking the fight to them.
Stargate.
Um, no, because you'll be running around in mechs at some point.
Oh, good grief. Oh, good grief. Robotech.
Um,
Or
because that was introduced in D20 Future. Um, with
The
system.
Matrix then. That's a bit.
what was the name of the? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Starship Troopers. That's what I was thinking. Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Gush,
The
gush,
thing with
gush,
the
gush.
Westmarch game is what I was thinking. We have there are 2 or 3 corps that are rivals of each other, and basically the goal is the first one to get first off the planet. So basically, first into a new zone as the upper hand. But we don't know anything about spell jamming at first. But through the quest, we need to learn about it.
That's how this campaign started.
Yeah, but then it becomes a race against the clock.
Uh, um, no, yeah, well, there'll be another concept. What I was thinking is that campaign 2, you started out on Rocker Brow, and through some choices, some random choices, you met up or you did something, and with this, with the magic of a script, your characters decided to stick. because it's in the script.
Yeah.
And how many times have
I
you
don't
not seen
understand.
the
What's my motivation for this scene? Well, you're getting paid as an actor, so
Yeah.
just do it.
Wait, I'm not getting paid.
No, that was always a joke in acting class. I was like, what's my motivation in this scene? Your paycheck. We never had a paycheck.
Yeah.
When you're talking about doing Star Trek and stuff like that, are you thinking of doing it? I mean, is it like the same? Are you thinking it's us doing it on this same day on Saturdays, or are you thinking about separate campaigns? Trying to start those up.
I'm thinking about when this campaign ends,
Oh, just like what else to do?
what am I gonna do for this evening?
Right. Well, you know, the Star Trek Adventures is pretty narrative driven. It's pretty role play information heavy. It might not be your thing.
Rogue Trader, Warhammer.
I believe I have those books too, yeah.
Rogue Trader is one of the versions. Yeah, I believe 4 versions of Warhammer 40k role-play games.
But I do have the previous book setting, and I am following Shield of Tomorrow.
Yeah, you might know a bit more about Warhammer 40k editions.
Hi guys, I'm back.
Hey, back.
Hey, back.
I hate that both of you thought of the exact same dad joke.
Thing is, I've heard him so many times that I just know to say it. I do stuff.
Uh-huh.
Normally, I'm the person saying that. I am back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Shield of Tomorrow is ending. They're gonna start up a new show based on Cipher System.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, the YouTube one is 7 months backlog.
Yeah, it was delayed because they only released to subscribers on Alpha and you know they had the live shows, but then the VODs were all locked behind the paywall at Alpha, and they finally decided to make them available.
Yeah.
I have a nice thought just now. Van Helsing, who knows it?
Not really. Because it only last session they talked about Christmas presents. That was 27. And it was only, 5 or 6 sessions ago they talked about ending of Critical Role Campaign 1. And a couple of sessions before that, it was the marriage of Marisha and Matt. So yeah.
Well, I'm way behind. I'm like on episode I don't know under 10 as on Shield of Tomorrow. I haven't been paying attention, and I've been slowly watching it.
I'm on 27 or 28.
So what do you think about a game that is centered around Van Helsing with Alucard in it?
Um,
That's D20 Modern, probably.
It can also be a fluffed 5th edition.
Yeah, can also.
Um, but I'm not really into Ravenloft type of things.
Uh,
I did talk to what's his name, Riga, the Ravenloft dude.
Oh, Jeb.
Yeah, and he told me no. Then I got pissed and
Yeah.
twisted it around and told him no. That's,
Yeah. Well, I ended up dropping because one of the guys was a jerk and a racist, and
what
he wasn't
about
very
just
interested in doing
Pathfinder?
anything about it. So there was no way I was going to keep going it.
Why not just old school Pathfinder?
you are not getting me to play Pathfinder because
Very enough.
because if you don't have all the books and you pick precisely that feat at that level to do precisely that thing, the Pathfinder community will rip you a new one, and I kid you not. They
Well, but you were
are
talking about doing Starfinder. I mean, that's
no, I was saying as an alternative to Genesis is
okay.
Starfinder,
Yeah.
but Starfinder is a space expansion upon Pathfinder.
Yeah, it's basically Pathfinder. It's the new Pathfinder rules, but it's in space. So
Yeah.
the Pathfinder test that they're doing right now is essentially the Pathfinder rules updated with a lot of the stuff that they learned doing Starfinder, as far as I know. Um, but I mean, it's still based on 3.5, you know.
I
Yeah.
did play 3 and I did play 3.5, and it was funny that our LMD guy, our elf archer, could do something like 6, 8, or 10 arrows on his turn because this, that, and those and them matched up because the blue moon was blue, the ground was green, and yeah. But it was
Yeah,
fun
that's too crunchy for me.
having him going that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy dies.
Oh,
And there I was with my paladin going, I lay my hands upon myself.
Whoa, you'll go blind doing that.
Yeah, it was fun. Our wizard had a fireball of ravens, meaning instead of fire was a cloud of ravens circling around doing slashing damage with their wings. That was fun
Oh,
too.
that's weird.
That sounds more like a druid ability than a mage one.
No. He specifically crafted that spell. And it was nothing more than a fireball made of slashing.
Yeah, just reskin
Fluffed,
stuff.
fluffed as ravens. Because he was into ravens or something.
Edgy.
But yeah, we did that for some time. Had some fun. That was my oldest group. But I moved to London and she got a kid and he got married and came down with depression and he moved to Copenhagen or something. Oh, and the wife that got a kid, she was not Jehovah, but one step below Jehovah. We have a Danish group that's
There's the
Almost.
tier system.
almost Jehovah.
Witness. She was a Jehovah. I've heard about it.
Uh, in Danish, it's
Jehovah's, I've heard the rumors.
it's in Danish. It's inner mission. So
I've talked a few under the table. That was fun.
so yeah, and she caught on that I was an atheist. So she convinced the husband to become this not entirely Jehovah inner mission religious thing. And then she said, well, he can't come back because he's an atheist. Yeah. There was another group. There was another member in the group that's also an atheist, but he was much more outspoken, much more vocal than I was. So he went way, way before I did. So yeah, I was disinvited from that group because religion. But she was okay with the husband playing D20. That was cool.
I mean, if you think about it in a specific way, what we do is basically gambling.
Yeah.
It's not gambling. It's
It technically
storytelling.
is.
It's acting.
No. What?
It's not
wait.
gambling.
Wait. The part that is gambling is the dice rolls.
No, that's not gambling.
We're not getting money for it, but we are getting in-game success, so it counts as gambling.
Psst, no.
Yes.
You're not betting anything.
You're betting that you'll beat the monster.
You're not. No. That's ridiculous.
Yes.
No, it's
That's
acting.
why I
Gonna
s-
play
that-
an arena
It's
game.
not.
Wait, that's
not
why I
gambling,
said.
it's
that's
theater.
Why I said if you look at it a certain way, it is gambling.
No. No.
And
Denied.
some people say that D20 dice stands for a demonic thing.
Yeah, that was what 1980s.
Satanic panic bullshit.
Buck, were you around in the? Were you a RPG in the 80s? No. There was a big
Not
thing.
all of us are prehistoric.
No. There was a big thing in America back in the 70s, 80s.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
satanic panic.
Yeah,
The Mothers Against D&D mad.
yeah.
Or wait, no, that's Mothers Against Drug Driving. There was some group, I don't remember what it was called. But yeah, it was just stupid.
Your spell is summoning. What's his name? The. What's the Christian name for the devil?
Satan.
Well, there's Asmodeus
No.
and
Lucifer.
Beelzebub.
Lucifer. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Your
all
spell is
bullshit.
summoning Lucifer, and we will not have Lucifer in this house. You are to burn those D20 dice and all the other funny-looking thing, because
Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
never forgiven Tom Hanks for his role in that movie.
Yeah, no kid.
But half of it was based on this. Basically, that movie was like a retelling of a bullshit story. There's stuff online you can read about it, but basically that a kid disappeared, and there was this asshole detective guy who came up with the theory. Well, he played D&D, so they must be connected. He had run away because he was unhappy with his bullshit life at home. And D&D got blamed for him being dead, and he wasn't dead. It was all a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, shit like that tends to happen. Like, for example, there was a time when a kid, long fucking time ago, used a classic Doom map editor to make a map of his school to practice for when he decided to shoot up the school. And that was basically what birthed the whole video games cause violence movement.
E.T. When did E.T. come out?
Fuck if I know.
E.T. Extraterrestrial.
That was pretty early.
1982.
Yeah, that was
82.
really.
You remember what the guys was doing in the beginning of ET?
No.
Yep.
They were playing the D&D,
Yep.
Yep.
and people still remember it today, meaning it must have been big back in 82.
Oh yeah.
It's much bigger now, because back then it was like something that, you know, if you did it, you were a nerd and you had no friends.
Well, to be honest,
And you were only able
between
to.
the 80 and the 19s, the highest number of D&D players were there.
What?
Because video games weren't there yet, really that much.
Mm.
You would rather go to each other's home to play games than play video games.
Yeah.
Like it.
Nah, Atari 2600 and all of that stuff, man, it was huge. It was in the
I mean,
70s
before,
that we
I
didn't really
mean,
have.
before the
We had
move-
Pong in the 70s, but once the Atari came out, holy
I just
crap!
love how
Yeah,
you say
video games
we
went
had
crazy.
Pong in the 70s. Way back then.
Still remember my aunt yelling at my dad in an argument because we were watching the Smurfs and the Smurfs were evil.
Stranger Things, yes. It's a 2016, yes. But I caught some notion that Stranger Things 2016 is a relaunch of something. Stranger Things back in when?
Really?
I've
Huh?
If you
But
aren't
the-
gonna play, I'm going. So later,
Yeah.
guys.
All right, see you.
they are playing in 1983 or
Yeah.
the thingy, and they are doing some D&D stuff. But didn't they have? Isn't Stranger Things a relaunch of something previous?
Not really. I mean, there was the D&D cartoon, but
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't think I've heard of anything like that.
nah, I'm pretty sure it's not. Nothing I've heard has said that. I mean, if anything, I mean, it's not a direct. It might be inspired by stuff, but there wasn't. I don't recall anything in the U.S. even remotely similar to that. I mean, there was the D&D cartoon was the closest thing that comes to mind, but they were only like humans in the first episode, and then they got stuck in the D&D world.
So it's only because they're portraying 1983. I just got the notion that it was a relaunch of the thing.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, it's definitely inspired by all the kind of all the stuff that was happening in the 80s. But no, I mean, the convenient thing about setting something in the 80s is nobody's got a cell phone. So I mean, narratively, you've got all kinds of things you can do about communication being screwed up, and people not knowing what other people are doing that you can't really do now.
And it's okay to be out without your parents' permissions and going wherever.
Oh well, and Halloween. I mean, during that time, as a kid, I went. I mean, like half the city. We had planned out. I don't know. It was hundreds of blocks, and we started like at dusk and went until midnight, and up and down every street. And we had trash bags at the end of a block, so that we'd unload our candy into the trash bags, drag it to the next block, and then we'd go down the houses so that it wouldn't look like we had anything, and so they'd give us more. And we used to farm the city for candy. It was ridiculous. But yeah, nobody does that anymore.
I'm also talking about the outcry of the millenniums saying, oh, you can't go just there without telling your parents, or you can't just be outside the house because this is 2000 and
You let
Yeah.
your kids walk the park by themselves for
Yeah.
3 blocks?
Yeah, and
What are you thinking?
yeah, that's 2018. In 1980, the amount of TV shows I've seen from my younger years was that chubby guy that just went everywhere, just yeah, as the most.
Yeah, we used to. We free roamed, like it was ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
And
Hours and
yeah,
hours going off.
19s also. We went. U.S. kids went in down to the forest and built a fucking treehouse because nobody's business. Tell a millennium today that you can actually go into a forest, pick up a piece of wood, and make a shed out of that wood.
I'm gonna go, guys.
All right, see you later.
So I'm not really doing anything.
Better
Yeah.
luck next week.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Stupid computer. I'm so screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your job too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I mean, I don't really even have money to fix it, but assuming it's the power supply, but we'll see. I don't know. Anyhow, no need to dwell on that on stream, certainly.
Yep.
Let's let's go ahead and end it if we want to hang out and chat and stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and shut down the stream.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm actually surprised you're already running.
Yeah, I never ended it. All right. Okay, well, that was a weird episode of just sort of talking about possibilities for upcoming campaigns and stuff like that. But thanks for hanging out. We had some technical difficulties early on, and some of our players couldn't show up, so we ended up doing something a little bit different this time. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh, and stick around to raid.